Hi, we are meeting after a long time, and today I brought for you the reading for September 2024. Before I jump into your reading, I just want to tell you that from September onwards, there is going to be a shift that is going to happen collectively for all of us. It's going to be much more positive energies that are going to be coming into your life, more joy, more happiness, right opportunities, right moments. So make best use of it. And towards the end of the year, we would start getting the energies of Mars, which is where you would feel very motivated to go get it, to just pursue your dreams, to pursue your goals. So this is a very good time to build the nurturance for those traits before we jump into the next year. Also, if you want to take a private reading from me, a tarot card reading or a numerology report, then you can reach out to me on my Instagram. And while you watch my videos here, I would really appreciate if you like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Any little thing that you do like that helps me in reaching out to more people, and that keeps me motivated to make this content, because it takes, oh my god, so many hours just to make like one single video. But yes, your support is something that keeps me motivated. Okay, let's get started. You pick the image that you feel most drawn to and then straight away jump to your reading. Hi, pile number one. If you chose the image on the extreme left, then this is your reading. And first things first, from the cards that I have here, which I'll show you on the screen also. I think some people in this pile believe in Lord Ganesha, but they keep a Ganpati at home every year. And I think you're going to do it again this year. And even if not, but there has been an inkling to, should I do Ganpati this year at home or not? I think you must. It's an advice coming from the cards that there is something there, as if Ganpati wants to come to your home to take away some of your pain, sorrow and obstacles in your life. So that's that. The other thing, it's very interesting, when I was pulling out the cards, I don't know intuitively why I felt I'll pull out a Chamundi card, and I do have that here, but I'm going to come on to this later. I'll also read it from the book, to decode the message more. Okay, so what do we have here for you in the month of September 2024? You're just tired. I do feel as if people have selected this pile. They have been kind of overstretching themselves in the last few weeks or months, and there seems to be a slight burnout energy. For few, I also kind of feel as if there is a chance some of you may either fall sick or may have a lot of difficulty in feeling active. Like you would not feel very active. And honestly, my cards are not suggesting anything at a medical level. Like there doesn't seem to be any problem in terms of health per se, but it is more to do with actual exhaustion, like physical exhaustion, mental exhaustion. You're going to be very tired, and because of which you will struggle with feeling active. So I would want you to be cautious about that. I would want you to have a schedule in place and make sure that you're taking enough time to disassociate. You're making good use of weekends and your free time so that you feel well rested. Rest is a very big message that I have for you in September 2024. I don't know why I feel for some people you're going to be having an admirer, somebody who's going to be interested in you. And I think they see you as like this amazing full package, They see you as someone who's emotionally intelligent, who's so well presented always, who's very nurturing. And I think there's someone who wants to bring their cup of love to you, because we have the Knight of Cups here. So I have these two cards here, which is kind of telling me that you're being seen as someone, who's a complete full package, extremely attractive, and you just light up the room, like when you walk in, like people just love your aura, people love you, and there is someone, who probably wants to showcase their love for you or their interest in you. Love is too soon to say it, right? But yeah, there's definitely going to be somebody who might be very interested in you. That's one thing that I'm getting. uh for few, I'm also hearing it's not one person, you have many admirers, and it's making me very giggly, and I feel like blushing. So I think you're going to feel very cute. I also feel as if many of you are going to be aware of the fact that you are emitting a confident, radiant, happy energy and aura. You are looking presentable, and you do know that, okay, yeah, there are admirers that I have, or there are people who are noticing me in that light. So it's fun, it's cute. I also feel as if you're going to be spending a lot in the month of September, and just looking very presentable. Like, doing little changes to your hair, to your clothes. It's like you really want to look, oh my god, I love myself. So that is also another message that I'm getting, like especially for those like who are already married or committed. I do feel as if you're going to be spending a lot of time in September in looking the best. The aesthetics, the appearance is going to be very important to you, and you would want to very happily focus on it. And it's coming from a healthy space, because the underlying idea is that I just want to be depicted as someone who truly loves and nurtures their own self. So that's good. Now, for all those who are committed and in a relationship, good time, great month. I think you're going to be so pampered by your partner in the coming month. You're going to be very, very, very happy. For few, I also feel if we have been wanting to get pregnant, there is a very strong chance of you being successful in the month of September 2024. So suppose if you've been trying for a baby and it had not been working, I don't know why I heard IVF. I will not decode it. But yeah, anyway, whatever you do in the month of September to have a baby, to start your own family, it's going to work. If you're not looking for that, then there might be some surprises along the way. However, you're going to love the surprise. It's going to be a happy surprise. Okay, now I don't know why I feel like when it comes to your career and your work, you are just observing. You are just thinking about not being very proactive, going slow, and you're just observing and trying to understand how does it work, your work culture, in the company where you are. Even if you have your own business, I do feel as if you're going to be taking more time out wherein you would just want to lay low and observe, make changes. For all those who are in their own business, I do feel as if you're going to struggle a lot with not having enough funds or money. Like, you really want more access to funds and money, because you have like all these dreams and like goals that you want to pursue, and you know that to bring in money I would need money, but I don't have it, and that's going to make you feel very stuck up. Like, you are going to be quite annoyed by the fact that why is it that I don't have access to funds, or there's like no funding happening, or like there's no financial support basically. Yeah, I'm going to pull out some more cards here for your work and career. September is going to be one burdening month, my friend, and that is why you're going to be tired. So it's not just that you're laying low and like you're not trying to be as proactive, but because you'll always have something or the other. So your mind is also going to be like going into just taking care of that. So yeah, September is going to be a busy month for you. And that's why resting is very important. I also feel some people in this pile, they are into dual careers. So you may have like a day job and you could be also doing something on the side. And I think that is one irritation or regret you will have in the month of September, that you come so tired from your day job or your main gig that you're not able to devote time to your side gigs. And I would not deny, but your body is also sending you the signal that, nurture it more, take more care. So I would say it's okay. Let September be just month of one gig and not two gigs. Take it slow. Allow yourself that space. Okay? Learn to delegate, learn to ask help in the month of September as and when needed when it comes to your work and career. Be very careful whom you're pouring your heart out to at your workplace, whom you're helping, whom you're extending yourself to. You just have to be more in observant phase in September, and along with that, just do the work that's given to you. Learn to also say no a little bit or communicate very properly what's needed when it comes to your work and your career. Like suppose if you're being given a lot and you know that you may not be able to handle it, it's all right to let the seniors or the authorities know. I want to pull out more cards for this. I think some of you really want to find a schedule and a time to kind of like have it all. I think people who have selected this particular pile are in that energy, where they really want to be like the best version of themselves. And I see what could be happening is maybe it's coming right now in terms of your aesthetics, how you look, how you present yourself, and you want like it to also happen internally for you. Like, your traits you should change. You should inculcate new habits, new attributes. And I think to be able to do that, you just don't know how to. You just feel that, either if I had more money or like if I had a schedule in place, and I don't think you'll be able to do it all. You know what I want to tell you very frankly, just take it slow in the month of September, okay? You don't have to be so hard on yourself. Whom are you trying to prove what? Keep asking yourself that. So whatever you do in the month of September, even if to you it feels a bare minimum, it's all right. That's all that you need in this month. So chill a little bit. Yes, try making a schedule. But if you can't follow a schedule, don't be so hard on yourself. I've been hiccuping since morning. I don't know why. Is that a word? Hiccuping since morning, or I've been getting hiccups since morning? I also feel some people will kind of struggle a lot with their food habits and their workout in the month of September. This is something that you would want to be careful of. Having a clear head and having a very clear goal is going to help you. I would suggest reading the book Atomic Habits. That might give you the perspective that you need. Now, overall, month of September is a good month, okay? A lot of things are going to change from this month onwards for you. I think up until now, if you did not have a great year, just say that September onwards, it's going to be amazing for you. You're going to like it. Is change comfortable? Never, right? That's what's going to happen in the month of September. It's like a change. So your body is going to throw tantrum. Your mind is going to be a little bit exhausted. You might be just very focused on, I just have to look presentable. But inside, there might be like this whirlpool of emotions and not feeling very grounded. But it's okay. After September, you would feel like a reformed person. So it's fun. Now, other three cards here for you from my other deck, which is the Root, the Duo, and the White Knight. Interesting. Wow, we have two Knight cards. We had the Knight of Cups here. And if I really have to correlate, then I would say the White Knight is in a glass or a cup. So interesting. Someone is really coming to fill your cup. I did have a very dirty thought when I looked at it. Like, if you get it, like what I mean in terms of romance and everything. So I feel as if September might be a time when you might be having a lot of admirers who want to fill your cup. So interesting about that. Okay, I need to come back from the dirty thought. Okay. So the Root, what I kind of feel is that any work that you do, please make sure that you are focusing a lot on attention to detail. There is strong rigor, there is diligence in everything that you're doing. And I kind of also feel as if, your root chakra is something that needs to be balanced, that needs to be grounded. And like I said, that, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling very chaotic and unnerving while you're going through this on a daily basis, but you don't know how to bring it all together to you and like calm down. So I think your root chakra is also something that you need to balance. Another thing, try in the month of September to do things correct at a foundational level. If you want to start eating right and if you want to work out, don't do anything that's exciting. Do something that's sustainable. So foundationally, it should be the right thing. Then the White Knight, can't get the dirty thought out of my head. So I'm going to stick with that. It does look suggestively something else to me, especially when I see the Knight of Cups. I think some of you are going to have a... Oops, give me a minute. You know, funnily, because the cards fell like that, I kind of believe more that I'm maybe supposed to give you this message. I think some of you are going to have some steamy times in the month of September. If you're single, even if you're with a partner, of course, it's going to be steamy. What I'm also getting in the month of September for you is be more true to yourself, be more pure to yourself, okay? Like, you just want to be honest to yourself, which also means when it comes to committing to a timeline or committing to doing something, it's a good idea maybe not to commit only. Just say, okay, let me get started, I'll keep you informed. So being a little ambiguous is all right. Why? Because you're being true to yourself. You don't know how much time will a certain task take. This message that I'm getting now, especially for females, I think some of you might struggle a little bit with some issue in your sensitive areas, in your private areas. I would want you to be very careful if there is some sort of discharge that is happening. This might also be relevant to men as well. So just take care of a little bit of that, okay? You want to be careful of what's happening in your sensitive areas and not ignore it. Now we have the duo. Working in a team is going to be absolutely important. There are people who are going to be the salt if you're a sugar, and you may not really know that salt and sugar doesn't really blend, and that's where I would want you to go to the ice cream salted caramel, which is that anything can work if it's wanting to work together. So you might find there are different people that you're having to work with. You don't really know their working style. They don't understand you. That's why patience, moving slow is the advice, so that you are a perfect match made in heaven, like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or like a salted caramel ice cream. Now I have these two cards from my Yogini deck. Absolutely love them. Pingala Pada and Chamundi Pada. I'm going to read the book for this. 1 minute. Okay. This card speaks to those who need to give expression to creativity. Exteriorization is necessary, but without using intellect. Yoginis with the head of animals signify decapitating the ego or intellect and letting the experience be felt without judgmental thoughts. Interesting. Oh, with this card, I don't know why I didn't think of it earlier. You could be very judgmental also, towards your own self in the month of September. And the card is literally saying, don't do that. Don't be so judgmental. Express freely. Don't think twice before being like, oh, will I be understood? Will people understand what I'm saying? You have an extroverted side to yourself. You have a nature, that is very creative, that thinks differently. Bring that out. And a lot of green color in the card also, which I would correlate with heart chakra. I don't know why I feel like saying this. It's okay to cry and feel exhausted and not know if you're going right. Oh, I missed one message, when I was channeling your deck, I just had this feeling in my heart which kept telling me that, I'm not able to accept it because it's too good to be true. And September does feel like a month like that. Like, it's going to be good, but because it's also changes and, you haven't felt good and something great in so long, you're going to feel very disoriented. So your mind will keep on telling you it's too good to be true. And, part of you will always feel like maybe crying or spiraling down into that moment that, oh no, it's too good to be true. When will it stop? When will it all crash down? So it's kind of like, you're preempting that no, something bad will happen because good things consistently never happen with me. But hey, I want to tell you your good time has started now. So don't worry about that. And that's where I also feel that bring out your creativity, your expression, open up your heart chakra, and don't be so judgmental about yourself. Now the next one, Chamundi. I also feel some people in this pile, might be really attracted to Devi, Kali, Tripura Sundari, or you might be like reciting Lalita Sahasranama. Okay. Chamundi. Like many other known goddesses, Chamundi did not come from a Brahmanical tradition but from tribal imageries. She has a fearsome aspect but belongs to the groups of 7 or 8 matrikas. Her name is a combination of Chanda and Munda, the two monsters that she had killed, and who could be compared to the monsters we fear most, death and illness. As a yogini, she is a protector and giver of strength. This had the word death. We have the death card here. I do feel as if some of you follow Kali. Yeah, Kali, Durga, Tripura Sundari. You have to be fearless in this month. That's all I'm taking away from this message. And you are protected. You're protected by a higher power, which I have the card here. This is one of my favorite and most liked cards by me in tarot. So you're going to be protected. You have the courage within you. You have the strength. Just trust yourself and trust your destiny and your life a little bit, okay? I know, maybe it just feels, oh, it's too good to be true. Is it going to last? Is it going to be bad? It will last. Trust yourself. And for all those who feel that, hey, it's not going as great, and I do feel it's not going to go as great in the month of September also, hold on. There is a change that's going to be coming to you right after September. Just make sure that you're able to get through September. So, yeah, you are protected and you should allow your creativity to bloom. Now, let me see from my other deck, what is it that I have for you? Pile number one, pile number one, pile number one. Just want few cards. Pile number one, pile number one, pile number one. Lion, time to act. Interesting. I also really want to tie it to, expressing yourself, being creative, being your authentic self. I think it's more to do with career, and for all those like who are in their business, I think it's time that you just bring your courageous, fearless side out. Okay. Another message, just looking at 2 other messages. Okay. Jug. Light-hearted, carefree time. I think it's important that you make time for this. I don't think it's a predictive thing that, you would have a lot of light-hearted or carefree moments. I think you need to make time for that. And that's why just take yourself a little bit less seriously. And now the last 2 messages. Rooster. Arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Maybe it's your senior, maybe it's somebody else. Just try to lay low. Keep your head down, observe. Boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. Something might happen which might just end up giving you financially a bit more than what you usually make month on month. So happy days. Let me just see if there's something else. Is there something about that arrogant, boastful person we need to know? Pineapple, reconciliation, I don't know with whom. Then we have triumph over troubles and obstacles. Okay, so you'll be alright with that arrogant, boastful person. So yes, that was it. Pile number 1. This was your reading. I think it was a fabulous reading. If you liked any part, if you want it to happen and come true, you have to comment down below. And I'll see you in the next reading. Cheers. Bye. Hello. If you selected the middle image, then this is your reading. Welcome to your September 2024 reading. And one thing I just have to tell you that before I took out all the cards and I was just channeling the deck, picked on this very restless energy. This energy of I just want to know will everything be all right or not. I just want to be comforted and I want to be told it's going to be all right. I want to know that, the future is good. It's better than where I am currently. And what I also kind of felt as I was picking on the energy? A little restless. And interestingly, as I was pulling out your cards also, they just kept jumping here and there. I did have trouble in calming you down, energetically, so I could take out your cards. So the other feeling that I had is, like when you have had a great trip, a great vacation, and then you have to go back home. But you know that if I go back home, I'm going to go back into a certain kind of mess. Maybe my work is not going great, or I have maybe not have like great interpersonal relationships, or I'm not very happy with like some domain of my life. So you don't want to leave. It's like that ache in your heart, which is not just about that, oh, fun times are ending. It's about, oh shit, now from this, I'll again have to go back into mess. And I'm so still not prepared to go back into it. That's the kind of energy that I was picking on, when I had not even taken out any cards. And then funnily, because you guys are overthinking so much, I did manage to pull out not just the cards, but there were a few cards that actually popped out. And I think one of the biggest cards that I'm getting right now is as if there is this sincerity in your prayers to the higher power above for a more fulfilling life. And I feel it's more to do with finances, as if some people could be collectively struggling. When I say collectively, I mean like as a family also, could be struggling with the financial situation right now. Like somebody could be out of job in your family, the provider could be out of the job, you could be out of a job, there might be like expenses mounting up. Yeah, I think the biggest wish that you have in your life right now from the higher power above is that I just want more fulfillment. I want more stability. I want to feel financially more relaxed. I felt so relieved, when I said the word stability. I think you're looking for that stability and security. Your foundation is a little shook right now. I think you just want that security and stability and sense of safety. I'm going to show you something. Each time you feel like that, there is nothing great or nothing immediate change or miracle that can happen in life. But what you can do is you can keep one of your hands on the middle of your chest, the other one on your stomach, so that it covers your navel button, and then breathe in and breathe out. And when you do that, just try and observe your hand movement. When you breathe in, your stomach should expand. When you breathe out, your chest should expand for a little bit, and then your stomach should suck in. This really helps in feeling a little bit calm. Okay, so spoken all about energies, given you a little bit of breathing technique, which I think you might need in the month of September. Let's now more quickly jump into your reading. Financially, there's definitely something happening for this particular pile. You're not happy. You're not satisfied. You're having to maybe dig into your savings quite a lot now. And you don't even know if this is ever going to change or not. And this is really bothering you. It's really, really, really disturbing you. So I do feel as if the financial issues are going to be a bit of a problem. For those who are not able to relate with just, finances being a problem, what I'm kind of seeing is that, there's no growth that has happened in life, no upgradation that has happened, maybe in the last many months or in the last few years, or maybe suddenly something has happened, which is just making you feel like, oh my god, this is not upgradation, I'm just stagnant. And I do see something bigger in terms of expenses lined up, and I don't know how will I be able to manage it. I do feel like it's just about we are stuck. And while I'm trying to be happy with where I am right now, it doesn't feel stable. It doesn't feel secure. And I want to feel secure. So security is definitely one of the things that I'm getting. The other one that I'm kind of getting is, I think the only wish in your heart right now to the higher power is that, just make me feel secure and more stable. So that is also something. I think the higher power is listening to it. October onwards, I think time should change. I know this is a September reading, but I like to tell it all that I see. So I do feel as if October onwards, or maybe in the late October, after October is also crossed, something is going to change for good. Okay. Two cards here, kind of confused, kind of conflicted. Already your pile is making me feel very much multitude of emotions energetically. Something to do with marriage. All those who are single, you're not able to find, I think, the right partner. Might happen in the month of September, towards the end of it. There's also a chance that somebody you met in the month of May, June, April, May, June, they might kind of repop in your life, okay? And you might decide to give them a chance again. This is all the people who are looking out, who are in an arranged marriage setup, etc., etc. Now, for those who are just single and just want to mingle, I don't think you want to mingle, is what my cards are saying. Like while you're just single, you're just desperately looking for someone like who's the right person to get married. And I think it's gonna take a little bit of time. You will really have to work towards it. You'll have to do the mehnat, do the work, hard work. So, yeah, you'll have to put in efforts into finding someone. Don't actually say much happening on the love front. But for people who are married, the thing is, now the cards are giving a conflicted message. They are saying that, while there is trouble in paradise because of finances, and that is maybe irritating both the partners, or like, both the partners are coping with it in its own way. But on the exterior of it, it's all right. It's not bad. There is something about responsibilities here, though, as if somebody in the relationship, especially those who are married or in a relationship, they need to voice out certain things, or they need to take more charge and more responsibility of driving the relationship and marriage forward. Many in this pile, I also feel, are going to feel extremely bleh in the month of September. Like, it's not just burnout, it's just emotionally so disconnected and disassociated with everything around you. You're not going to like a lot of things around you. Ooh, I heard something. You know, uh, hmm. Okay, I'll just say what I heard and then I'll try to decode it. It's like, when you sit on your social media, you try to showcase also a life which is happy and whatnot. You're posting like pictures on stories, on your feed, and you're trying to like kind of showcase the world that, hey, I have it all together, we are keeping it together, and like, I'm happy and I'm learning to celebrate the small moments. But internally, the comparison with others and others' life is making you miserable. And internally, you know that you're faking this joy and this happiness. Yeah, that's all I heard. So, yes, I think this is going to be happening for you in the month of September. You're tired of keeping it together, actually. You're tired of faking it. You're tired of finding joy in little things. You don't want that anymore. You want big things. You want security and stability. You want everything to be all right. And that's all your ask is. Just take me from this dark phase of my life to the good phase of my life. I know there would be a good phase, but I don't have the energy in me to wait for it anymore. Hmm. There would also be the strong urge to travel, to run away, to take things light, but I think the finances are going to keep you a bit tied, in sense like you will not be able to basically live however you want, do things however you want. And this is also, by the way, an advice, that no matter how much you feel like being a little bit frivolous or light-hearted with life, don't be just yet. Focus a bit more on your responsibilities, being more discerning about being proper in terms of how you're supposed to carry out the responsibilities around your work, career, home, etc. Communicate with your partner, or communicate with like whoever is in your life that is a part of like all your responsibilities with them more properly, and be careful when it comes to money or spending money. Okay, just want to pull out one more card and see if there's something I'm missing. I keep feeling as if something is trying to come to me, but I'm blocking it. Mm, hmm. Yes, it's so interesting. I was just thinking in my head, that there is some message for a woman also in this card. I think somebody who's watching this is a woman, and there is some message about that you need to learn to balance things properly. I do a lot of research on insights and culture as a part of my job in advertising. And there is this little anecdotal thing about, how usually South Indian women, the ones who are Gen X and boomers, they were very wonderful at managing it all in a house. And anyway, they have a matriarchal society, right? So they're very wonderful at managing it all. Like, they'll wake up early in the morning, they'll prepare coffee for everybody, they'll prepare lunches for everybody, even their own selves. Then they would pack the lunches for everybody in the family. Then they would leave for their work, they would come back from work and start prepping. I think you get what I'm trying to say, that, very, very responsible. I think that is the kind of energy I'm getting here, that there's somebody who needs to hear. I don't know. I heard a woman, but could also be a man actually, like who's struggling more so with work or business. There's that energy of like how particular you need to be when it comes to your responsibilities. But don't let it get to your head so much that you start feeling, oh my God, what am I doing in life? Because you will have time to have fun also. You will have time for light-hearted things. But first you need to accept what your responsibility is. That's one thing. Second thing I asked, that there's something else that I need to know here. I do feel as if, some people are going through a bad phase of Saturn, or Saturn is impacting their chart, or it's Sarasati. I feel you're going to be struggling with money for some time now. Okay, so please, I would want you to be very, very careful of finances. Maybe do not make travel plans or plans of expenses or fun or whatever. Just calm down when it comes to expenses and when it comes to wanting to live the life that you want. Maybe just a little bit more time before the right time comes for you, and have a long-term vision for everything that you're planning to do. Maybe some people are also thinking, oh, should we like try moving to some other city, state, country, will that help, etc. Right now is just the time to be really more mindful and think from a long-term perspective across spectrums before you take any decision. Like some people, they move abroad and then they like keep cribbing and complaining about not having enough support, and not just the support of helps, but also like family, etc. Sometimes we move to a different city and we realize, oh, we just don't blend in with that culture. So it's not just financially you have to think, you really have to think holistically for any big decisions you're planning to take now. The mini tree, Page of Sweets, the mispronounced, the other duo. Is somebody in this pile living with their in-laws? I feel living in a large family or just in a joint family setup is also taking a toll on you. And I don't mean it emotionally or anything like that. I think it's just it's too much to handle, in terms of responsibilities. So while I did say you will have to be like that example I gave of South Indian women, but unfortunately that is the need of the hour right now. But at the same time, I think that's just something that's really overwhelming you. Maybe it'll be good just to acknowledge this as a feeling. Okay. I don't know why I feel like saying this. I did not want to give any negative message, but I do feel like saying this. I don't think you and your partner are vibing off late in the manner that you vibed earlier. I think both of you have maybe grown differently from each other, different from what you thought you would grow into. And I think it's kind of taking a toll on the relationship. I don't think you and your partner vibe, or maybe are going to vibe as much in the month of September. You will have to find a way of coming together. Okay? That's one advice, that you have grown differently. Build that bridge of coming together. Then I do feel as if there's going to be some little sweet surprises. You may have a lot of sugar cravings in the month of September. So take care about that. And there are going to be certain short sweet surprises, which may not seem very great initially, but then suddenly you'll be like, oh, it was a blessing. It was a blessing to me. So that's going to happen. I do feel this entire system of like being around a lot of people, this could be maybe at workplace, this could be living in a joint family, is kind of like somewhat taking a toll on you, because you're not able to find time to disassociate for yourself. I was just watching this video of Alia Bhatt's makeup, and she was saying that, when she had her daughter Raha, The only time she could get for the first 3 to 4 months was just her skincare routine, nothing else. She didn't have time for anything else. So I'm kind of getting something like that, that, somebody is so bogged down by responsibilities and doing bunch of things that they don't have time for themselves. Make that time for yourself, because you would have a need, and it's so interesting. You know what? That's why I love cards. Look, they look so similar. And it's all right to be misunderstood also, if you're asking for a little bit of time. Be careful. You don't want to, of course, ruffle any feathers, but it's okay to not feel completely understood if you get to recharge a little bit. So find that time alone for yourself, okay? It's all right. Man, I love cards, like how come so many different decks, sometimes they would have similar elements and it just all comes together. Okay, having a moment with me. So yeah, it's all right to not be liked by everybody is what also I'm trying to tell you, because you're not somebody who's trying to ruffle feathers, but you're just trying to take care of yourself first, and it's all right to do that. And the last thing that we have here is the mini tree. Now see, honestly speaking, how I'm looking at the mini tree is that, right now it's just that you have to focus on the little things in your life that are stable, that are giving you the joy, that might become something bigger. Like suppose if you've started some business, or like if there is something that you've started, like a fitness regime or something, you just have to focus on the little things that are helping you. This is also to say, suppose if having a little treat here and there is helping you feel all right, don't be so harsh on yourself. It's all right to feel like that. But it's all right to do that. And also whatever you do in the month of September might be a good thing which may catch a stronger foundation in the coming few months. So hold on to hope, and it's all right. Little by little, things go fine. Drop by drop fills up an ocean. That's what they say, right? So yeah, that's what it is. Okay, now I'm using my other deck to just give you last few messages. Anything for pile 2? I hope you've heard it all. Anything for pile 2? Don't overthink now, huh? Okay. Dark woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. Interesting. Like I said, I do feel like a joint family-ish system also for few. For few, of course, it's going to be work-related. Take this message however it resonates. But there's a lot of people in your pile, Dealings or relationship with a woman. I did not say it earlier because I just don't want to plant any wrong thought in someone's mind. I feel as if somebody who's like in a relationship or in a marriage, you might be noticing that your partner's kind of getting close as friends with someone else, who is of the opposite gender. Suppose if you're a woman, your partner might be getting close with some other woman in terms of like building a good friendship. If you're a man, you might be noticing the same in your wife or girlfriend. And I think that's going to be a little bit bothersome to you. That's one thing that I'm getting. Then I don't know why I immediately picked on sister-in-law and mother-in-law first. That's another thing. Somebody at work also, probably a woman, might be something that you have to be careful of. Dealings or relationships with a younger man. Great. All have come only, man and woman. I do feel there was a slight third party energy in the relationship also. It might also be something to do at workplace and in family generally. Make of this message however and whatever it makes sense, okay? That's one thing that I'm getting. Then pig, beware of greed. Interesting, I didn't use this word, but what I really wanted to say was that, you're just feeling so unstable financially, because it's like by now, I would have just wanted to have it all, but I don't. So why am I having to be so careful and walking on financial eggshells? Then we have Lily, spiritual love. I do feel you're going to devote more time into praying to God and into believing in the power of God in this month. Okay. Now the other 2 cards that I have for you here is from my beautiful Yogini deck. It is Shoti Raham and Dambara Pada. So I'm going to read the book because don't know all about yoginis. Gonna refer to the book. 1 minute. Shoti Haram Pada. Okay. It deals with arrogance and pride. The energy gets stuck in places in body, and that's where they become knots by certain emotions. So stress related to pride also causes flow of energy that gets stuck in the navel area. You say, why me? Why not me? I know what is right, what is wrong. These are all thoughts and emotions that disturb the flow in your body. And pride is more often nothing but a result of fear of not being fully appreciated. I don't know if somebody is being overtly prideful in this pile, or they have been like, oh, we were like that and now we are like this. Maybe like, it's kind of reminding me of that movie, that short movie, Nayantara's Necklace, where Konkana's, actually do watch it, it's a wonderful movie. So Konkana Sen Sharma, do watch that movie. I don't want to give you a lot of hints. It's a short movie, hardly 8-9 minutes or something. Nayantara's Necklace on YouTube. You have to watch it. I feel as if some people are going through somewhat of that transition in their life. So let go of the pride. Let go of the stress about anything. Just tame your solar and sacral and solar plexus chakra. You need to tame your emotions, okay? What might also help you in taming your emotions is just do a lot of things which are about sound. Either you sing or you just try playing some instrument. You can also do, what is it called in yoga? Brahmini. You close your ears, your eyes, and then you go, So this is needed, okay? The next message that I have for you is, and I absolutely recommend you watching Nayantara's Necklace, okay? Like anybody who has seen this pile, you have to come back and you have to just simply comment, watched Nayantara's Necklace. So those who will, first it's a good movie, and for those who need to know that, you would relate to it. Okay, then Shri Dambara Pada. So avoids noise and superficial words, but gives a more poetic eloquence. Which basically means that, it's no more about that superficiality of brands. Oh, this is how I lived. Oh, this is, my legacy. Oh, I've always had been like this financially, or maybe at work. I kind of also feel as if some people in this file could be thinking about not pursuing their business anymore, trying to do something else, working in collaboration with somebody. It might be bringing pride in you, thinking, oh, but I've always leaded. I've always been the head. No. Let go of that pride. Let go of that ego. Let go of that superficial noise. What you want is growth and elevation in your life. However that comes, it's okay. As long as it comes from a sincere and a pure heart and good intentions. Alright? Okay, so that was it. Pile number 2. This was your reading. Difficult pile, huh? For me, energetically. So make sure you comment down below. Especially if you go and watch Nayantara's Necklace. And any part of it, if it resonated, please do let me know, because when I'm making these readings, it becomes a little challenging sometimes. Am I going right? Is this right? Is it actually there? So when you guys comment, what helps, how that helps is, it gets validated to me that, okay, I had to listen to the first thought that was coming to me, or I had to allow that sensation to tell me something. So it really helps, your comments. So yeah, that was it. Thank you. Have a great September. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. We meet again. Okay, first thing I have to tell you, when I was just channeling the deck to your pile and I was just sitting with it, I hadn't taken out the cards. I felt this immense sense of calmness in me, and I don't know why I also felt as if some are just watching this for the heck of watching it, but even if you don't feel that right now, in few days, you're going to feel at peace. You're going to feel calm. You're going to feel okay. And it's just a lot of acceptance in you. A lot of smart way of dealing with people, dealing with your life. And it's just this sense of peace that, okay, I know things are going to be all right. Things are going to be fine. I just have to do my bit. So that was actually a very beautiful feeling. I've never had or caught on to such a feeling, especially when it comes to general readings. But yeah, I think you're going to be very much at peace. We'll take it one day at a time. I'll see how it goes. It's all right. I'll do my bit and then leave it all onto him. So I do feel it's going to be a good, serene month for you in September 2024. Um, Looking at the cards, first thing, you're going to really feel like traveling so much in the month of September. You would just feel like running away. And you know what? I kept getting this feeling of like being somewhere up in the hills and Kashmir, Manali. Like, it's just kept on reminding me, like, the calmness that comes with being in hills, the quiet, when you're like maybe late at night and the entire town is sleeping, and you're just like enjoying the nature, you're enjoying the little night sounds, you're looking at the stars. So I feel you're going to really feel like running away for traveling in the month of September. Some of you might actually travel in the month of September. It's a strong energy of that. Some are most likely to be switching jobs in September, or finally might be putting down their papers in the month of September, for all those who had been looking out for jobs. I want to pull out some more cards, it's just not giving me enough. Got it. Okay, well, some of you are definitely switching jobs, putting down your papers, moving to a new opportunity in the month of September. Travel is there 100%, and it's going to be very impromptu travel, Right now, as I'm talking to you, might be like, oh, I don't think I can. Finances, work, etc., etc. And then suddenly, you'll be like, what? I just packed my bags and I left for 3 days. So I'm kind of getting that impromptu travels. I also feel that month of September is going to be a very hard-working month, meaning you might have to work on certain projects or certain tasks again and again, either to make them perfect or to get them right. And generally, you're just going to be very crowded with work, which means having a schedule is going to work in your favor and it'll help you. For all those who are single, your heart is just aching to have someone, but you even don't know how to open up yourself anymore, how to reach out to the right people, whom to place your trust in. How should you simply go out and explore? I do feel maybe following some dating coach, or like following something which is to understand how does one actually date, might help more. As I said this, I don't know why I feel like saying this. Unfollow all the nonsensical and nuisansical content which is about energies, predictions. Funny, because I'm making one of those videos. Don't unfollow me. Okay, unfollow a lot of the nonsensical content about predictions, energies, the gimmicky side of occult. And what you need to bring is more psychological content to help you live a better life. Or you need to follow more coaches, life coaches, to help you build a better life. Feel like cracking a joke. Is somebody a Mulank 2 or a Mulank 4 watching this? Because from them I can completely expect this message being for them. Okay, so the idea is basically, I think what I'm hearing is trying to tell you that you need now more practical way of living life, and not some bubbly or delusional way of living your life when it comes to your romance department. So when you're talking a lot about occult, energy, etc., twin flame, blah, 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 like all that feeds into the wrong side of your notions and your belief systems. What you need is a practical way. And for that, a dating coach, a therapist would be able to help you out better, to help you understand this. So not saying that you opt for coaching or therapy. All I'm saying is follow the right content. Okay. Now, the second thing that I'm getting is for all those who are in a relationship or who are married, I think it's not going to be like a month where you would be able to spend a lot of quality time with your partner, or you might feel like, I'm having to withhold my emotions and my love from my partner, or you might feel your partner is withholding the love and emotions quite a lot. I do feel either of you are going to be more busy in being like a survival mode, trying to bring a buck home, trying to take care of chores, responsibilities, and you might just feel that, where's the love gone? Or where's those funny, cute, lovely emotions? Where are they gone? So I don't see any problem, to be frank, there. 1 minute. all I feel is that, yeah, like you will just not feel very happy. You would be like, oh, but I want all the love, I want all the time and attention, and that may not happen. So I think your partner or you, either both of you, are just going to be busy, like in the month of September, doing your own little thing, and you will not have time to come together and have, like quality time to like go on a date, to do something fun together, which might bug you. And this is also where you'll be like, oh, we must go and travel. We really need a vacation. And I'm seeing so many vacation cards. It's almost like, I don't know why I feel by just saying vacation or travel maybe twice or thrice, I've already convinced you that, oh, then I really need to take a vacation. It's a sign. So yeah, I'm kind of getting that as a message too. It'll be a good vacation if you do it. You'll have fun. Okay? Okay, now what is happening apart from all of this in September? Feeling of being overwhelmed. So while I did say that, I felt like a sense of peace or whatever. So, okay, sorry, I will change the keyword. I will not say overwhelmed. What I'll say is you'll have a lot to do. And I do feel you will be able to do it very nicely, seamlessly. You would be able to do it with a sense of peace that, oh, I have 6 things that I need to take care of today. Oh, that's quite a lot. But it's okay, I'll do it. Oh, today I have only 2 things to take care of. That's a bit boring. It's okay, I'll do it. That's how I see you being in the month of September. Like, oh, 6, that's too much. Do it. 2, oh, that's too little. I'll be bored the entire day. I'll do it. So I just feel that, you're going to be like just very zen in the month of September. And while there will be a lot that will be happening. Okay, now coming to your internal emotions. Internal emotions, I feel, are going to be a little bit all over the place. And that's why also maybe you're trying to borrow from principles of calmness and quiet and peace, so that what's going inside doesn't manifest outside. There is definitely some moment that you might have to put in boundaries. It could be also your partner. There's somebody that you'll have to put in boundaries with in place. Emotionally, you're going to be a bit distraught, especially for people like who are singles. You might just be like, oh, what's happening? I could really use someone right now. But like I said, you're going to be zen about it, because you don't want the turmoil to come out and create more issues, You just want to have a chill month in the month of September. You also want to be able to rest it out. You want to be able to give yourself enough space and time. All this giving yourself enough space, time, rest it out doesn't work if you actually don't understand what it's trying to teach you and then inculcate it. I always try to tell this to people. Just intellectualization or like understanding things here without like bringing them to action here makes no difference in life. This is something some of you might want to be careful of. Going back to your prayers, going back to believing in something, participating in little rituals is going to help you. You're going to like it. Some people in this pile really need to drink a lot of water. There's need to be like a lot of water. And I don't think it's just water. I think you need to take something like an ORS or something like a salt sugar mix. You really need to hydrate yourself. And it's not just water hydration. Okay? Now, the other 3 messages that I have here is Ace of Sweets, the Seed, the Chip Breaker. Funnily, the moment I saw Ace of Sweets, I felt like saying as if, some people are going to be keeping like those small Imli packs or some small chocolates with you accessible at all time. Like, I think in the month of September, you're just going to be one of those people who's snacking quite a lot, especially over like these mini chocolates or like mini things that you can pop in the mouth and you feel like a little good. I think you're going to do a lot of that. What I'm actually getting is, some of you might have this need of like tiny sweets every here and there, and then you like want water immediately because sugar causes dehydration. So I just see you like doing that, like a little bit of go to on the go happy snack and then like just having enough water to feel hydrated and energized. I think you're going to blend in very well with people in the month of September. I don't know why. I just keep on feeling like saying that you're going to be calm, you're going to be at peace, you're going to be in Zen mode. So you're going to be very much like that, yeah, I do sense that you are a little bit of a cuckoo, like to the other person. If you meet somebody, you might be like, oh, I sense that you're a bit of a cuckoo, but you know what, I don't care. It's okay, come. We'll figure a way. Oh, I do sense you being a little bit manipulative. Come, we'll figure a way. Oh, I sense you being a little bit exhausting. Fine, come, I'll figure a way with you. And somehow none of this is going to affect you. You know why? Because there's something bigger going on here. So you're going to be so stuck up with that and trying to like untangle that, that you're just like that, outside, like this is all secondary, it doesn't matter, which is actually a good space partly to be in. So I do feel as if you're going to have a way of dealing with people in the month of September, which is going to work very well in your favor. It's also going to be more healthy for you. I do see very strong boundaries in place too. Okay. And I also feel as if, you have also become this person who would like exactly know whom to handle how, and you will love yourself for that. You'd like, oh my God, I have cracked life. You know what? You have. Yeah. I also feel there are going to be some tiny good news that is going to come your way, some wish fulfillment, especially for those who are trying to look for a job, like I said, or who are trying to maybe travel. There are going to be like these little things, that moments in your life which will be like, oh thank God, it's so good, I need to celebrate. Cadbury has that, right? Kuch meetha ho jaye. I think you're going to have few of those moments in this month. Then we have the seed. I don't know why I feel as if your internal and your external side is going to be very well balanced. Internal, I literally feel a part of you is just like, ah! And outside, I feel you're going to be like, yeah, tell me what it is. Yeah, sure, let's figure it out together. So because the internal thing is going to take a little bit of more time to heal, to make sense, okay? And I feel like it's a bunch of things. I feel it's also your inner child issues. I feel like it's things to do with family. It's things to do with how you imagined your life to be and maybe how it is right now. So inside, I do feel as if, part of you is just going to be like, ah! But outside, you would know how to handle it. And inside also, it will not be disturbing you. It's just like that you would know that, oh shit, this is something I'll have to come back to. This is something that I really need to take care of now. So I actually see you in a very zen mode, Like internal also, I just feel like, you will just find that time and space daily to sit with it and be like, I have been feeling like this for a few days now. I should do something about it. But what is it that I'm feeling? So I feel you're going to be very calm in dealing with your internal emotions also, even if they are like all over the place and wacky. I also feel some people are really going to take care of their health this month. Snacking for sure is going to be very big this month. I see you eating a lot more fruits, a lot more greens, a lot more fun things, which maybe you've never like had before in your life. Like, maybe you've always been a junk eating sort of a person and suddenly you turn to like salads and dressings and fruits and like different ways of like eating your vegetables and tikkis or something like that. So I think you're going to have like a lot of fun. And I do feel like many of you are going to be very mindful and taking care of your food habits, which is why I also feel, because you know that you have a sweet tooth, so you will maybe just keep like small short sweets with you. And those who don't have a sweet tooth, they might have a sweet tooth this month. I'm kind of getting that feeling. So yeah, that was it. Now let me see the other two cards, which is from the Yogini deck. This I'll have to read out from the book. One is Shuki Pada and the other is Hai Pada. Let me just see the book. Okay, Shuki Pada is responsible for giving happiness through unconditional love. She bestows comfort and protection. She connects with the sky, symbolizes freedom of movement, a freedom that comes from unconditional love. You're not going to like what I say next, but you need to hear it. It reminds us of the importance of letting go of the intellect in the process of integrating senses, mind, body, and universe. Did I not say something similar earlier? That many a times you know things here, but if you don't bring it to action, it's useless. And also when I spoke about the content, a lot of you need to unfollow all the usual gimmicky content about bunch of creators talking about Hare Bhakti aise hogi, or energy is so and so, this is how you connect to God, this is the remedy you need to do for your molank. I think you need to just unfollow all of that and you need to move towards more practical sources that make you understand how do we bring this all together. So integration of lessons, so that you're able to carry out an action, is important. Just knowing things here will not help you anymore. You're only untangling yourself into more mess. Now, that's your prerogative, but you don't want to keep yourself tangled into more mess. You want to get out of it. You want to detangle it. Okay, so that's one thing. Now, then the other card that we have here is Sri Hai Pada. So it represents darkness that brings light as she dances and moves during the night and embraces the sun rays at dawn. She sits on a lion that gives her infinite power to accomplish any task. She has a jap mala. I don't know why. I feel like somebody wants to start their jap again, and I think you will in this month. It symbolizes the need to reach the divine energy through meditation in order to succeed in action. I do feel some people are going to start sitting down for their meditative, spiritual, sadhana, jap mala practices again. And what Haipada is basically talking about is that allow yourself the freedom and space to connect to a higher power without wanting anything as such in return. And both the cards being green, I have a feeling when you sit down for your spiritual practices, you might cry a lot. You might feel irritated. Your body will immediately want to relinquish and move, get up, show resistance. And that's where you sit even more. You tell yourself that no, I want mastery here and I want to sit. So yeah, that's another thing that I'm getting for you. One second, I feel like I've missed something in Shri Haipada. I think it's also about having a little fun and lightness, which I already feel like, you're going to be like in this light energy. But for the internal turmoil, you need to also now start integrating things that you're understanding and not just know them. Oh, I know I'm being wronged. Oh, I know this is wrong. Oh, I don't know when will I ever find love. It'll not work like that anymore. It'll not work on some prediction or on some, energy based conversations. And I don't know why I feel like saying this again and again. Some of you need to move to practical aspects of psychology, of understanding your true self and working on the change. Not just knowing, but working on the change. Okay, now I'm going to pull out a bunch of cards from this one before we wrap up your reading. So we have Rose here, which is romance. But do you know how to open up yourself to romance? And I think right now is the absolute need. Like, I think this is probably your dasha or your time when you should be opening up yourself to romance. And maybe that's why I also gave the message on follow the right sort of content and work on yourself. But yes, romance is in the air. For all those who are in a relationship, make time for romance with your partner. Then we have dog close up, pleasure with a close friend. That's nice. You might actually travel with your close friend. Then we have wishbone or wishes granted. I absolutely feel some of you are switching jobs, cities, whatever change you wanted in your life, it's happening. Months of the year, September. Wow. We had the September month reading and we have the September card. So it is going to be an important month for you. Interesting. Scales, keep your life in balance. This, I think you're already going to be good in balance, but okay, if you also have to take it as an advice, keep your life in balance, keep your emotions in balance. So that was it, pile number 3. Any part of it resonated, you want it to happen, you want should come true, you have to comment and let me know, please. And I wish you all the very best for September 2024. Bye.